I am the co-chair of the Welsh Regional Board of the charity Remembering Srebrenica. So I'm a forensic scientist, and the reason I'm on the board is because I worked on some of the forensic evidence from the mass graves in Srebrenica. The charity Remembering Srebrenica is the UK initiative for remembering the victims and survivors of the genocide in Srebrenica from 1995. And we effectively commemorate every year on the 11th of July the start of the genocide, and we educate people in the consequences of hatred. Having joined the charity and meeting the survivors, it's changed my life entirely. It's the best thing I've ever done. I can't wait every time I go over to Bosnia to meet them again, and I now call them my friends, which is an amazing accolade really, because every single day of their lives they relive this horror because they are educating everybody else, and they are so selfless that I think the absolute least that I can be doing is telling their story in the UK and being their voice here. I've just completed a fitness challenge, yes, it was called Challenge 8372, which was 8,372 men and boys were killed in the genocide, so I named it after them. 8 was 8 months to do 3 challenges with 7 motivators who are some of the survivors that I know, and with 2 goals, one to raise money and one to raise awareness. I managed all 3 of them and I beat my target. So I love seeing people flourish, I love seeing people learn something new, and if I can give something back then I find that even better, because I wasn't a grade A student, I really struggled at school, so I like to be able to help the ones that think that some sort of dream might not be achievable for them when I managed it myself.
I've been a board member here at Melyn since 2012 and I'm currently chair of the board. I think it's important as an employer that we are open and accountable, and since I've been a board member I've strived to make Melyn a very open and accountable organisation. I'm very, very keen on promoting health and well-being in the workplace. We should be growing people. People should grow in the workplace. They should grow from job to job. The other thing I thought needed doing was that the board meetings needed to be more open, so now staff are invited to attend. The board has a huge influence on people's work and their workplace, and the decisions we take affect they affect people who use our services, they affect the people who work for Melyn. And I think they should be able to come and see that the board is competent, taking things seriously, discussing things properly, paying regard to the things that we're dealing with. I had a tragedy in my life, and my position as a board member was one of the things that I was able to hold on to throughout the really difficult time. And Melyn has probably saved my mental health, and it's a privilege.
I'm on the Amnesty International UK Directors Board. I'm on the Welsh Government Public Appointments Board for the Interim Youth Work Strategy in Wales, and I chair a number of boards in my capacity as Director for NIAS. I think one of the things that I can bring to boards is my experience of children's rights and advocacy work. And if I think of Amnesty International, I mean, it's a huge human rights global NGO, and it can feel a little bit overwhelming at times. But then I think of the people that I'm there for, and I think of the people that I'm representing in terms of the fact that many of those people Amnesty are working for don't have a voice, and that motivates you to actually work harder and to be there and give it your best. I was really privileged to be selected onto the Women in Public Life scheme, and there were some women there who were doing phenomenal things and had very different backgrounds, but it was this constant theme as why me, and we kind of changed our mindset to why not me at the end of that scheme, and felt a lot more confident to just put ourselves out there. And I would say that to any woman now, just believe in yourself and go for it.
As Chief Executive, I sit on the board of this company, motorkiki.com, which is very exciting. I also chair Careers Wales. I sit as a non-executive on the Milford Haven Port Authority board, and then I'm also a trustee for Swansea University and the Alacrity Foundation. When you're a board member, you have to be a bit of a chameleon, really, and it's about understanding the organisation that you're working for. It's understanding what the board desires and the objectives that you have to have for the business, but then having those people skills to be able to bring your team along with you and mentor them as part of that process. I actively encourage people who work for me to be entrepreneurs. So many of the people that you can see behind me also have their own businesses. I believe those entrepreneurial skills and that mindset actually adds to the role that they do here. I've been very fortunate in my career to have mentors who I've really respected and learned from. So it was a natural progression for me then to become a mentor. So I do that on a sort of formal basis with a few people. My personality is such that I do like to help people and support people. So that nurturing style, I suppose, comes out on a day-to-day basis as well. That was a message that I was given as a child, is to not limit yourself really, so to reach for the stars. You may not always get there, but certainly to do that.